A storyline for the Vision appears to be continuing, so we'll see what the latest is there. We'll also check what's up with Roxanne, Judgment Day, and more. Starting things off with what's new for the Vision. Braun Breaker appears to have the biggest role in the Vision. The Vision is a group that doesn't really pride themselves on having a clear-cut leader, but if you are speaking about the number one option and who feels like the leader, it's definitely Braun Breaker. Braun is currently in a feud right now with Seth Rollins that has ties to the several months that they spent together within the Vision. And that feud really took off at WrestleMania when Braun returned to cost Seth Rollins the match against Gunther. And now, Seth and Braun will meet at Backlash in a singles match. Doesn't seem like this is going to be a short feud. It definitely has all of the traits of being one of those longer, extended feuds. So, regardless of who wins at Backlash, it sure does seem like they're going to stretch it out for a bit longer after that premium live event. It also seems like whoever comes out on top of this feud between Braun and Seth is going to want their crack at the World Heavyweight title. For Seth Rollins, it's the title that he never lost. Seth had to relinquish the title last fall due to his injury, but he was never pinned by anybody to lose that title. So Seth feels like he should still be World Heavyweight Champion right now. You figure that if he exits the feud with Braun Breaker as the victorious one, that'll surely push Seth closer to the world title picture. Similar idea for Braun Breaker, though. Braun had his shot at the world title during the first Raw episode of 2026 back in January, and he lost that matchup. But Braun lost his Royal Rumble opportunity because of Seth's Masked Man attacks. So Braun lost his entire road back to the world title and his road to WrestleMania because of Seth Rollins. So if Braun gets past Seth, you figure that Braun will once again start making some advancements towards the World Heavyweight title again. Although Seth and Braun aren't technically fighting for anything on paper, the winner of this feud surely looks like they are going to have a case to be the number one contender for the world title. So that could be what ends up coming out of that feud. Now, for the other Vision members of Logan Paul and Austin Theory, they also have a lot going on right now on Raw. The newly debuted Joe Hendry appears to be the latest new rival for Logan Paul and Austin Theory. The Street Profits are also getting involved there as well, so maybe they eventually try making a run at the Vision's tag team titles as well. And as far as the other long-time storyline that's continuing for the Vision, well, that's the Maxine Dupree storyline. For just around 2 months now, we've seen brief backstage moments of Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree having conversations backstage. Now, although we haven't been able to hear a single word out of Austin and Maxine's many conversations, it's heavily implied that Austin is trying to recruit Maxine into potentially joining the Vision. It's an intriguing idea that is being hinted at and teased here and there, but the main issue is the fact that we've been seeing the same exact teaser for Maxine and Austin for over 2 months now. Over the last few months, we've seen non-stop moments of Austin and Maxine talking backstage, but there doesn't appear to be any story progression going on within these teasers. It's been 2 months of the storyline pretty much standing still in the same exact spot that it started at. Austin is talking to Maxine backstage, and then it's just been rinse and repeat with the same exact moment over the last few months. So that's the part that's really dragging this new storyline down. The fact that it's been 2 months of seeing the same exact backstage teaser segment with no advancements being made at all within the story there. So that's why it's kind of hard to talk about this story teaser and then speculate about it, because they're not giving us much of anything to really work with here. It's just Maxine and Austin talking for a few seconds every week on Raw, and then nothing new's never added to that dynamic there. We've just been seeing the same exact scenario playing out there for multiple months now, and everyone's waiting for some type of progression to be made. It seems like the story's moving forward, considering that they are showing Austin and Maxine talking every week, but everyone's just waiting to see something new happen there for that specific story. We've been seeing them talk to each other for a long time, but what's next? When is something new going to happen there for what's being teased? That's what we're going to have to wait on. Now, tensions between the Judgment Day have really been boiling up over the last few weeks because of the growing issues between Roxanne Perez and the rest of the group. The May 4th edition of Raw continued these tensions when Liv Morgan questioned Roxanne for Finn being in the Judgment Day's room last week and why Roxanne didn't tell the rest of the group. Liv Morgan said that she figured out Finn was there by watching back last week's show on Netflix. Roxanne apologized, but said that she was loyal to the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan made Roxanne vow to never keep any secrets from the group ever again. Well, it looks like Roxanne's word wasn't enough for Liv Morgan, so she wanted to see Roxanne prove her loyalty through action. And this test of loyalty took place during the Finn vs. JD match. Liv Morgan provided the distraction to the referee while a hammer was passed to Roxanne to use on Finn Balor. Roxanne executed the plan perfectly, just like the way they drew it up. Roxanne struck Finn with the hammer, which then opened up the door for JD to get the win over Finn Balor. Roxanne did not show any signs of hesitation with that hammer. She swung hard on Finn in order to prove her loyalty to the Judgment Day. Although Roxanne didn't show any initial hesitation, if you do pay close attention to when the Judgment Day is standing over Finn after the match against JD, you can see that Roxanne isn't exactly in the same headspace as the other members of the Judgment Day. They're all standing there together and celebrating, while Roxanne's kind of standing by herself off to the right, actually looking down at Finn on the floor and maybe appearing to be a bit remorseful about what she'd just done. So, although Roxanne did it, she physically proved her loyalty to the group by striking Finn with that hammer. Kind of looks like Roxanne's heart really wasn't that fully invested into what she just did to Finn. Seems like Roxanne did that action just to buy herself more time and get out of the microscope because Liv is starting to become extremely suspicious of Roxanne. So by Roxanne striking Finn with that hammer, it helps to get Liv off of Roxanne's back for the time being. Put some of Liv's suspicions to rest for the time being and view Roxanne as being loyal again. But it surely looks like Roxanne's not going to remain loyal. Roxanne didn't seem to enjoy what she did to Finn there within that moment, and Roxanne could grow to get sick and tired of Liv's ways. Although Judgment Day has no official leader, surely seems like the group is Liv's to rule and lead. With Finn no longer being in the group, there's nobody really left to keep Liv in line. So now that Liv pretty much has unlimited power to do whatever she wants with the Judgment Day, this could eventually cause Roxanne to want nothing to do with Liv Morgan. So although Liv promised Roxanne not to hide any more secrets from the group, surely seems like that's exactly what's going to happen. Roxanne may continue to pass these little loyalty tests that Liv puts her up to, but Roxanne's surely going to keep a few secrets in her pocket and could continue to be plotting against Liv Morgan from within the group. So this does have the foundation and setup of being potentially a very exciting story, and everybody's just hoping that they don't fumble it at all. But what are your thoughts on today's story? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.